Hey everybody.
Hey, party people.
Ooh, what time is
We early tonight. We early. It's
it? What?
9:57.
We real early. What's
But
going on, people?
that's what y'all get. We give y'all time to come in here because I know the live said 10:45, which is our regular time. Hey, Cocoa Butter.
Hey, Coco Butter Barbie.
I want to give a shout out to someone.
Who is
He's
that?
a really nice guy. He talks to me on Facebook all the time. He's also like us on dialysis. And he
Okay.
said he wishes you well because I told him you just started.
Mm-hmm.
And he started a year after me. So he's
Okay.
been on for a while. His name is Dirk Roseman.
Oh,
And because he asked where were we because he will watch us before. And I
mm-hmm.
told him we'd be on YouTube now. So,
You say Dirk? Dirk?
uh huh. Dirk Roseman.
Okay. Well, shout out to Dirk Roseman. Thank you so much
Hey, Kay.
for
Hey,
your well
Hattie.
wishes, and thank you so much for being a part of McRae Kingdom. And shout out to everybody there on Facebook.
And this is my first time seeing you. I hope I'm saying your name right. Rachelle Lacey? I think it's Rachelle Lacey. Hey, how are you?
Okay.
And
Well,
thank you
welcome.
for joining us.
Yeah, welcome to the chat.
Hey,
Welcome to
Angela.
the show.
Hey, Addie.
Sit back, relax, enjoy yourself. I hope you hit that subscribe button when you came in. I hope you hit the like button when you leave.
Hey, BL. Rachelle, tonight, you probably won't see our faces. It's been a dialysis day for both of
Oh
us.
God, I feel so drained.
And everybody knows on our dialysis days, it's hit or miss.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
look like I haven't slept in days. When in reality, I have. I'm just drained,
Oh
Joan.
my God, I've been so tired. I slept the whole time in dialysis. Only thing I remember was them hooking me up, watching Tremel walk in, and the next thing I know, I was waking up, and I was like, okay, I might as well stay up because I actually thought it was time for me to get off, but they added this 15 minutes to my time.
That's what I
So
did. I slept the whole time, and then,
came home,
um,
ate, and slept again.
yeah, I slept the whole time, and then I woke up like 20 minutes before I was scheduled to,
Me too.
and so I watched my YouTube and just to pass the time, and finally the time came where it was time for them to unhook me from that machine.
Hmm.
I was so glad, oh my lord, and I was so glad that my arm didn't bleed a whole lot as well, because you see, I took the bandages off mine.
Yeah, you know me. I
Yeah,
leave them on till tomorrow.
hmm I just don't like them on me, so I took them off. And went to Walmart. I had to do an exchange, but Walmart no longer does exchanges, so I had to do a refund.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which I didn't want to do, but I did. I just wanted to exchange the item for another one. But
They just do the refund.
hmm once the refund goes back into my account, I'll just go back over there and do and
Buy
get
another
yeah
one.
and just get what I want to get. That's
Don't
all.
buy one that look taped up because that's the one you brought back.
No, it didn't.
No, I'm
It was.
saying, Walmart, they'll tape up a box
Mm-hmm.
real good. And it's like, okay, I never buy they taped up boxes because I'm like, all right, somebody brought this that either didn't want it or it don't work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I ain't tell you what I had to go through to get the receipt. Like I told you, I did it with Walmart Pay.
Right.
And so what ended up happening was I showed them the receipt from Walmart Pay. They was like, "Oh no, that's not acceptable." So I had to go into my Walmart purchases that I've done
Mm-hmm.
because it say every time you make a purchase, it saves it.
Hey, Melissa.
And ended up getting the refund because it was in the in the purchases.
Okay.
You know, and all she did was she just like scanned it, and that was it. And then my refund was ready, so
I
it
was
was good.
wondering what's taking you so long.
That I couldn't find the receipt.
Right.
I didn't know where to find the receipt. So,
Right.
but I found it.
Yo.
Yeah.
And shout out to everybody. Merry Christmas. We didn't go live yesterday.
Yes. Merry Christmas to everybody.
The day
Um,
after, Merry Christmas to everybody. We didn't go live yesterday.
yeah. I hope y'all had a Merry Christmas. What did y'all do for Christmas?
Tremel wasn't his best yesterday, and then I cooked all the food, except I wasn't frying chicken. Now that I wasn't doing. I waited for him to, get up and get himself together to do the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else I cooked yesterday, and it was good. We had a good Christmas dinner
Yeah, we did.
with each other, which is what we normally do on Christmas anyway. We have dinner with each other and things like that, and we just spend Christmas together. Unless we're in New Jersey, then we'll spend it with family. But for the most part, we'll just spend Christmas together.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving is like when we spent with family and friends, but Christmas we tend to stay together and spend Christmas together.
Yeah, we had a good Christmas too.
We did. I don't have no complaints. Baby, that TikTok recipe, did you enjoy it, Tram?
Are you talking about the blueberry cobbler?
Yes.
The blueberry cobbler was to die for. It was
Oh, it was everything.
really good,
And that
and
homemade
especially
Briar's
good with the homemade ice. With
that
the,
homemade Briar's ice cream you brought was good as hell
yeah,
too.
it is.
Because I know you said you didn't want to buy that one, you wanted to buy a different kind, but I'm glad you brought
Yeah,
that.
I wanted a different kind, but I bought that one, and that one was good.
But that blueberry cobbler, baby, let me tell y'all something. I ate it last night and I was like, "Ooh, I want some more." I said, "Ooh, no, greedy. Don't go get no more." Because, first of all, you know this ice cream is going to turn you. And second of all, you don't need no more blueberry cobbler. But, baby, when I tell you that blueberry cobbler is everything, ooh,
While I was in there, I saw some blueberry ice cream too. I was getting ready to get it, but I was like,
that
no.
probably would have been good on it too. The blueberry. Or maybe it might have been overkill.
You
Too
think
much
so?
blueberry.
You think
Well,
so?
no, because I've made peach cobbler and I've had peach ice cream and it was really good
Mm-hmm.
together. It was really good together because the cold peaches with the hot peaches, it just blended well together. So the blueberry ice cream probably would have been good with the blueberry cobbler. And I'm so glad that Tramel brought enough stuff. With the size pens that I used, I had to make two. Cause ooh, if I would have just made one, I'd be so mad. Cause it's probably about enough for one. If you want a big serving, it's enough for one person left in one pan. If you want half of that, then it's enough for both of us in that one pan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And shout out to my girl in dialysis that brought me some banana pudding today.
Yes, yes.
I haven't tasted it yet. She brought both me and Tramel some banana pudding.
I'm looking forward to tasting that. Yeah.
Me too. Cause I heard what she was putting in it. I said, "Oh, you gonna give me some of that? I need
Mm-hmm.
some of that. That's my favorite dessert."
Oh yeah, Marlene closed down.
Yeah, Marlene, my girl Marlene. Oh, Jamel, I'm so skinny.
Yeah, you have lost a phenomenal amount of weight, Jessica.
Oh God, I put these. I could not even wear these pants when we lived in Rome. So I was looking through the closet today because I was like, "Child, I'm not." Like I have to look at the sizes because I already know if I put on my pants that are size 40, like I I'm either gonna have to make another hole in my belt or especially once I leave dialysis and they drain all this fluid off me, it's not gonna be right. So I put on these pants that I knew I couldn't fit when we lived in Rome because I had gotten bigger, and they fit like I knew they would. Child, we was coming home. My pants almost ended up around my ankles. I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" I was like, oh my God, am I 36 for real? Because the 38s was falling off me. I was like, are you kidding me right now? But it makes me feel good. I ain't gonna lie. I feel good about it. Now, if only something can be done with the stomach, honey.
Yeah.
If something could be done with this stomach, but I actually still have more fluid in me. And they didn't drain me as much as I told them to today. So, and that's
Hmm.
probably because my blood pressure was going down while I was asleep. So I didn't even get mad because it was just like 1 liter they didn't drain off me. So it was no big deal. It was no big deal. Not like the other time when they only took 1 liter of fluid off me and I wanted to fight everybody in there because that was like a waste of time going.
No. Um.
Oh, Joy was gonna get you today.
Why?
Joy said, "Tell your husband to take that damn jacket off." I said, "Nope, you tell him." And
Which
that's when she yelled to you and said, "Tramel, take off that
oh,
jacket
when I was weighing myself,
because it
yeah,
weighs you heavier.
it does. Mhm.
It weighs you heavier."
Mhm.
She was like, "Tramel, take off that." I said, "Nope, you tell him. He ain't gonna think it came from me. No, sir."
Mm. But what I was about to say was is that you know, with me, I mean, considering well, with you, the amount of weight you have lost has been phenomenal. It really has. Uh, wow. Considering the amount of weight that you have lost, um, we got to get new clothes and everything.
Believe me, my Amazon cart is full of new stuff. But now I'm trying. I'm rethinking it because I'm like, well, do I want a 38 or do I want a 36? I picked everything in 38. I think a 38 is good. I just need it. And this belt that I wear, it came from when I was working at Verizon because they would supply us with shirts and like work shirts and vests and stuff like that. And we had a budget that we could use. So I got this belt from then. Child, I'm at the last hole in the belt, and the belt still don't hold up my because I'm not like my husband. I don't have no pot roast, so I ain't got no pot roast to hold up my pants in the back, and they just be falling off me, and I'll be like, "Ooh, child!" But I did buy another belt, Timberland belt. I don't know where it's at,
Well, it's somewhere here.
and then my MCM belt that you be pumping all the time. I know I could wear that now.
Hmm.
So that one will probably keep my happy birthday, Trisha.
Happy birthday to you, Trisha. I hope you had a beautiful day.
Thank you, Melissa. Trisha, happy birthday. We did come on early tonight because we didn't think we would make it until 10:45. If we waited till 10:45, so we figured we get on, start talking. You know me. Once I start talking, I can stay up. But Tramella fall asleep and pay it and start sleep talking to y'all.
Okay.
Hey, AJ Bryant. All right, for the Casamigos. Happy birthday, Trisha. Y'all tell Trisha happy birthday. It's her birthday today. Oh, y'all. I tell y'all, I don't know why I'm so sleepy. I see with me, I think it is the more I sleep, the sleepier I get. Because if I don't get a lot of sleep, I don't really be that sleepy. But when I'm just able to sleep, 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 child, or maybe it's just because I'm old.
I feel like sleeping right now. I really do. Yeah, I do. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie about it. Ain't no need to lie about it. I feel like it's going on
Rolling over
to the
on the
bed
left.
house and get me a nice warm blanket and go on head to sleep. Yes, sir. That's what I feel like doing.
I could go to sleep if I laid here long enough. Trust me, I'd fall asleep. But I just be feeling like, damn, all I'm doing is sleeping. But the sleep just be, oh. it takes over me.
Mm-hmm.
I never used to be a person to sleep a lot.
Me either.
Child, I would sleep maybe 4 or 5 hours a day, get up, do it all over again the next day. Now, child, I be getting in 10, 15 hours of sleep. And then I gotta take my little nap. I'm telling y'all, I got to dialysis. I slept for 4 hours and 50, well, 4 hours. Well, she say 4 hours because I woke up like 20 minutes before I was done. So I slept for 4 hours, and then I came home, ate, and then I don't know when I fell asleep, but I just know I woke up at 8 o'clock, and I'm like, oh my god, I slept again. And I promise y'all, when I get off this live, I'm probably just gonna go get me something to drink because my mouth dry, and be right back sleeping again.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It don't even feel like I be sleep. I, I don't know what it is. I don't even.
It feels like you're resting, right?
Right. I don't feel like I be sleep. And then when I look at my phone in the morning, I'm like 5 o'clock, six
Mm-hmm.
o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sleep that long, and it don't even feel like I've been sleeping that long. It feel like I've been sleeping for 10. Because sometimes I'll be like in my head, I'm like, I bet you it was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Because that's how it feels. And when I wake up, I'm like 6 o'clock. Child, really?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, ooh, that's a lot. I'm like, ooh. But I guess the older you get, the more sleep you need.
Yes, Lord.
I can appreciate a nap now, child.
Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing like a nice little nap in the afternoon, child.
Because Tramel will truly, he'll eat lunch. And then he tell me, all right, babe, it's time for a nappy nap. Get in the bed. I'm like, well, I don't want to take a nap. He be like, no, it's time for my nappy nap. Get in the bed and cuddle next to me. Hey, Leon. And I'm like, really? Because, see, once I do that, I'm going to go to sleep. If I don't do that, I'll stay awake. But once I do that, I already know, okay, I'm going to fall asleep with his ass. That's why I haven't watched The Best Man. Uh, what is it called? The Best Man last chapter or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, I want to watch it. I know it's 8 episodes,
But I don't want to fall
but I don't
asleep.
want to fall asleep on it. So I'm
Right.
like trying to wait till, you know what? I might start tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I start in the morning, I'll be good probably till the afternoon. And then whatever, however many I watch, then I'll do it again on Thursday
Mm-hmm.
on my day off from dialysis. Because I already know. Like if I try to start when we get off this live, child, I ain't going to make it through. I probably won't make it through the first 15 minutes.
Mm-mm. Yeah, but ooh, Christmas has been something else. It has. It's been fulfilling. It has been jolly and cheerful and nice and beautiful and all those great things. That's what Christmas has been this year for us. Finally, you know.
Can I ask you a question, babe?
What's that?
Can you, okay, can you believe that we are embarking on 2023?
Um,
It
I
seems,
believe it. Yeah.
I mean, we have no choice but to believe it, but it just seems like 2022 went so fast.
Yeah. I mean, well, all these years have gone by fast, you know. I think it's a part of just the universe, you
Moving
know,
faster.
moving. Yeah, maybe. You know, we don't know.
Right.
I am, as much as I am interested in the I don't know, um, I'm really not like trying to prepare myself for it.
Hold on one second, baby.
Whatever happens, happens.
Trisha, put your cash app in the chat, boo. So if anybody want to bless you for your birthday, they can bless you.
That's right. Trisha's birthday is today, right?
Yes.
Yes, Trisha's birthday is today. Y'all
I thought
show
you knew that, boo. Put
show
that cash app up in there.
yeah,
Because you see, I told Monte to put his up in there when his birthday came. And you know you one of our favorite mods, girl. Drop that cash app.
Yeah, drop your
And
cash
y'all
app.
bless Trisha if you can for her birthday.
Yes, most definitely. Bless her for her
I
birthday.
was waiting for you to just do
Um,
it. Because you
but
know we told you to do it the other time. Drop that cash app, girl.
yeah, and
Because I'm
again,
sitting here looking at the chat and I'm like, why Trisha ain't drop her cash app yet? And I'll pin it to the top of the page when you do it.
and like that, we wish you well. We wish you a happy birthday. I hope that you got everything that your heart desired. But if you're not, God will bless you with plenty more birthdays. So,
Now, I do agree with you on one thing, Trisha. I do agree with you on one thing. Panera food is nasty. I don't know why people like Panera so much because it don't have no seasoning, it don't have no flavor. It just is there. And if you want it to taste good, you gotta season it. The girl, bye. It's pinned at the top, y'all. So if y'all want to bless Trisha for her birthday, if you don't see it in the chat, it's pinned at the top of the chat. Y'all bless Trisha for her birthday. If you can. Child, I can't, AJ. The only thing Panera has that I love is this bagel. It's this crunch bagel. Oh my god, that bagel is everything. It has like this candied cinnamon, candied cinnamony, whatever on top, and oh, it is oh that bagel is everything, child, with some cream cheese. Oh, that bagel is everything. That bagel is everything. But I only go to Panera really for breakfast. I don't really do Panera for lunch and stuff like that. I got hyped when I saw that the soup came in bread, and it only took me one time because I was sick, and I was like, "Oh, I could go to Panera and get some chicken noodle soup." Child, that soup ain't had no flavor to it. It just tastes like grease and chicken. And I
mm,
was like, "Oh, let me go home and put some." And I was like, "Let me get some salt and pepper, child, because I tasted it before I poured it in the bread, so I knew once I seasoned it up a little bit with a little Lowry's, as Tremel say, with little Lowry's,
good Lord.
little Lowry's,
Yeah.
it tasted better to me.
Well, that's what Panera, that's what they stand on. They stand on the premises that their food is clean. And what does clean mean?
It means clean with nothing.
With nail seasoning.
Yes, AJ, I see you. You had that bagel. Oh, that bagel is everything. Oh, if I could go buy 12 of them right now, I
Ooh,
would.
bagel.
Panera has this bagel, and it
Uh-huh.
has like this candy topping, like with cinnamon and like nutmeg and all this stuff on top of it, child. And you just cut it open to put some cream cheese in the middle. Woo, that bagel is everything. Now I've had some bagels kind of come close to that, but their bagel, I forgot the name of it because I haven't been to a Panera in years. But I used to go every morning. There was a Panera when I used to live in South Brunswick. I didn't care if I was late or not to dialysis, child. I would go to Panera every morning and get me that bagel and um, coffee, and I would sit in my car. Then I would, oh, child, that bagel was
Well,
everything.
I just so happened to work across the street from one. And I would go in there and get their salad. I would get the Cobb salad. The Cobb salad was really good with dressing, with creamy Italian dressing. And I would have to ask for salt and pepper, but it was a good salad. It was really, their salads are really good.
Trisha said I put salt, pepper, paprika, red pepper flakes, and two different Mrs. Dash, and it still wasn't good.
You know who else makes good food? Good like deli food? Jason's Deli. Have you ever been
Yeah,
there?
Jason's Deli make good
Oh,
food.
they make good sandwiches. Their sandwiches are to die for.
You know what I want to try?
And their soups.
And they good too.
Uh huh.
American Deli right across the street.
Right, right, right. Yeah.
Now I don't know if it's still open, but I know that when I lived here before, they had a place called Atlanta Bread, and honest to God, was like an upscale Panera, and their food was really good.
Really?
Their food was good. It was called Atlanta Bread. It was called Atlanta Bread. It used to be right next door to my job. They're the only ones that came close to that bagel like Panera had.
Mm.
It wasn't the same, but it came close to it. It had like a crunchy top on it, and it was really good. That was really good as well. Um, but I like Atlanta. I think it was called Atlanta Bread Company. I think it was called Atlanta Bread Co. I
Okay.
know it was Atlanta Bread, but it gave you very Panera vibes when you got in there and saw like the menu. It was like this upscale menu, but the food was good. It was seasoned. It was good. They also had soup in that came in a bread bowl that you could pour in the bread bowl, and their soup was really good.
It sounds good.
Their food was really good, but that was the only place I've ever seen it was by my job. I have like never seen it around Atlanta, like they were a franchise or anything. It was the only one I knew of was by my job at the time. And from what I hear, they changed everything. Maybe one day I'll drive over there. I know it's far. I know it's far from where we live now, but maybe I'll drive over there just to reminisce
Okay.
and show you where I used to work. Who lost a friend? Oh, sorry to hear that, Monte. Sorry to hear that. And Melissa, let me tell you something, girl. That food you cooked yesterday, I don't know about how you gonna do it, but you gonna send me some lasagna.
Oh wow.
Cause it was, I was like, oh, I wanted to go through the picture, child.
I've been thinking about making a lasagna.
Oh well, you need to stop thinking and do, honey.
Hmm.
You need to stop
I didn't know
thinking
you
and
cared
do.
for it that much.
I love lasagna. I just don't eat it a lot because, baby, we can't eat cheese like that.
Right, right.
But I was telling Melissa I wanted some stuffed shells because
Yeah, I
she
would
didn't know
love to
what
have
stuffed
stuffed
shells
shell.
is, and I was telling her what stuffed shells was. I mean, it's just like lasagna almost, but different.
Yeah.
Um,
I used to make stuffed shells for us all the time, remember?
yeah, I love stuffed shells. Tramel's baked ziti is to die for, child. I love his baked ziti. His lasagna is good. His lasagna is heavy. Cause he like you, Melissa. He don't believe in 3 layers. He want like 10 layers of lasagna in his
Oh
lasagna.
yeah, oh yeah.
He want like 10 layers. He like you. He's like lasagna ain't lasagna if it ain't got at least 5 layers.
Right.
So his lasagna is heavy, heavy. Thank you for being on your job, Melissa, because I didn't even see that. I just opened my eyes and it was gone. But I ain't gonna let these trolls get me, honey. I don't have time for it. You're here. You're watching me. I'm nowhere watching you. So you know how that goes, honey. Thank you for contributing to my analytics.
Right. Ugh. Today is draining. It's been draining.
Today was draining.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what you wrote, Ali, but whatever you wrote, she felt wasn't appropriate. So, and plus, I want to say you're new here, so my, I, oh God, my mind is not in the right place, but I'm gonna say monitors.
Mods.
My mods know that certain things just block right away or remove them. So, you know, it's fine. Ain't no love lost. It's fine, boo. You welcome here. Everybody's welcome here. We just don't do, the messed up comments. We just don't do the messed up comments.
Hmm.
My supervisor brought me a lunch for Christmas from Five Brothers. Never heard of Five Brothers, but it was the. Who else told me about Five Brothers? Was it Melissa?
It's in
Somebody
Five
told
Brothers, the hamburger place, right?
no, that's Five Guys.
Oh,
Somebody told me about Five Brothers. Five Guys is delicious. It's all good, Ali. It happens. It happens
is
sometimes.
Five Brothers supposed to have good food or something?
Yeah, he said the food was delicious.
Okay.
I want to say Melissa told me about Five Brothers. I want to say it was Melissa, but I'm not sure. She told me about five something. It wasn't Five Guys. I know that because where I had never been to where she told me, and I've never been to Five Brothers. The one place I want to take Tramel is Mary T. Child. Now I can't think of the name of it, but it's T. I want him to experience that, and I want him to taste the food. Mary Mac's Tea House. That's where I want to take him. Mary Mac's Tea House.
Okay. What's so special about the place?
Um, Honestly, nothing. The food is good.
Do they have good ambiance, good atmosphere?
Good atmosphere, good ambiance.
Is there music?
The music that they play over you know, the speakers or whatever.
Is it dancing? Is it just you just being sociable at your table? What is
Yeah,
it?
just being sociable at your table and
Okay.
like the way they let you order, you get like with the waitresses right on.
Uh huh.
They give you the pencil and the paper to write down what you want.
Oh, okay.
So honestly that's the part that I like about it is that they let you write down your order as opposed to the waitresses doing it. Because then if it becomes a problem, honey, you wrote it down.
Right.
This is what you put.
I don't know why, but I want my first experience in Atlanta to be going out to dinner and then going someplace, going out to a club, going to dance and have maybe a drink or zero, and I that's just the experience that I want.
Right.
Is to
Well,
just do a night out on the town.
right. Well, Leon, if it was a burger and fries, it was Five Guys. Anything other than that, it was or like a hot dog and a milkshake and stuff like that, it was Five Guys. And anything other than that, it probably was Five Brothers.
Well, Five Guys sells more than burgers.
And I said hot dogs.
They have other foods too.
No, but I'm saying like if he got a whole like macaroni and cheese and rib dinner, that ain't come from Five Guys. Cause he said his boss bought it for him for lunch. If it was burgers and fries, it was burgers and like a bag of fries. Cause child, Five Guys give you so many
Oh, they
damn
give you
fries.
fries, honey.
I'll just be going in there for the peanuts, honey. Cause I sit and child.
Yeah.
I will take them fries because I don't even eat all the fries they give me. I get a small and I don't even eat them all. I'll dump them fries out and throw it away with my burger wrapper and fill that bag up with some peanuts, honey. I love their peanuts. They nice and salty. Child, I be sitting there eating them peanuts like it ain't nobody's business.
Yeah, they are. They're really good.
If y'all can bless Trisha for her birthday, her cash app is pinned to the top of the live. Her cash app is pinned to the top of the live. So if y'all can bless Trisha for her birthday,
Yes, be a blessing. Be in the spirit. We're still in the spirit of giving, guys. We're still in the spirit of giving.
just because
You know.
Christmas is over,
Yes.
don't mean we can't still be in the spirit of giving.
Yes, we are. We are in the
It
spirit
was
of giving.
Five Guys, Leon. If you had burgers and fries, it was Five Guys. It definitely was Five Guys, and their burgers are not to be messed with. Well, my husband, I brought him sweet sweatpants, two sizes, an extra with up ties and zip sweatshirts. He was a dialysis patient. Carol, yes, that's what I need to. The day we went and brought each other Christmas gifts in Burlington, but the damn Apple Pay wasn't working, we had to put everything back, and
Yeah,
that
we
was
put
one
it.
of the
We
things we
we
brought
had bought some
each other.
sweatpants. Yeah.
We brought each other sweatpants and
Hmm.
stuff like that to go to dialysis in. Um, but the Apple Pay wasn't working, so we had to just leave. But we're gonna go back and do it again. Because we didn't get each other nothing for Christmas yet. So we are gonna go back to Burlington and get some sweatpants for each other and
And
things
hopefully
like
our
that.
coats will be on sale.
Right. And the coats we were buying, actually we picked out the same coat for each other. That was the funny part. And you know, yes, because when you go to dialysis, child, you want to be as comfortable as possible.
Yeah. And sweatpants, they do just the trick.
They already
Yes.
gave Tramel a name extra
Yeah, they call me extra.
because he be going to dialysis like he going to the club,
I do not. I just dress like I normally dress.
like you going to the club.
Well,
I ain't mad at it.
that's how I normally
Let
dress.
me
I
tell
mean,
y'all something. My husband is a true gentleman. Tramel was born in the wrong time. Tramel should have been born in the 1920s or 1930s when men wore suits and hats and dress pants and dress shirts all the time. Because my husband is a true gentleman. Me, child, I'm ghetto, honey. Give me some urban wear, a nice little denim suit, a nice little sweatsuit combination, honey. I'm good to go. That's why I
right.
say he's the Beyonce to my Jay Z, because my husband is always gonna give you a look, honey. When
Yeah.
we walk in the room, he's gonna give all eyes are going to be on him. And it's like Beyonce with Jay Z. All eyes are on her, like, ooh, what she got on. And then everybody be like, hey Jay Z, how you doing? That's how they do me and him. Tramel walking around, ooh, what Tramel got on? Hey Joseph, how you doing?
Mhm. Or they want to grab my hand and shake my hand or something.
Right.
Well, my style of dress comes from my dad. My dad used to always wear, expensive clothes like Stacy Adams and
But see, your dad was around in those times when
yeah, he
men
was.
dressed up all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah.
They didn't just walk around with their pants hanging off their ass and looking a hot mess like these children do today.
Well, just like I was taught, just about everything else in my life, I was taught how to dress. My dad taught me how to dress, and so, you know,
You
I've
know, you
always
are
carried
really
that with me.
gentlemanly, Jamel. Like that's one thing I love about you is that my husband is a true gentleman when it comes to dressing. Like
Aw.
if
I try to
Tramel
be. I
could
really
wear
try to be.
a suit jacket and a button down shirt and dress pants every day and some shoes, he would.
Yeah, I would.
That's just who he is. I was never built that way, child. When you had to make, they had to force me to put that on.
Uh
He
huh.
always say, "I want to." Stay. And actually, I have a suit. The suit that I bought that was too small.
Mm-hmm.
I put that back in my cart because I know now it'll be big enough.
Oh yeah, it
I
should be.
want that suit
It
because
should be.
I am not a suit person. I've never been a dress pants and dress shirt, and I'll do a dress shirt, but I'm gonna wear it my way. I ain't gonna wear it all tucked in my pants and what have you. I'm gonna wear it out, have the collar buttoned down to my cleavage, have the cuffs around my wrist turned up. I just I just have to have some swag with me and some style. Not that if you wear it the way it's supposed to be worn, it's not style, but for me, I just don't like that look. I don't like that I look tight. To me, I just
Mm-hmm.
look and feel tight, and I don't want to look or feel tight.
Mm-hmm.
When you buy sweatpants and shirts, it allows for your water weight changes. Right, Carol. Right, because today it was hard. I knew it because when I put it on, when I got dressed, I said, "Watch, when I leave, these pants gonna fall off me." And I knew I should. I knew I before I even did the belt. I was like, I should put another hole in this belt just because. And I didn't because I was running a little late. Me and Tramel was running a little late because we woke up and then both fell back to sleep. We woke up
Mm-hmm.
at like 5 something in the morning. And then we fell back to sleep. And then when I woke up, it was like 9:47. I said, "Oh, babe, get up. We got to be to dialysis soon."
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
it
Mm-hmm.
really, I was like, I'm not going to do this right now. And I knew I should have because that's why I even stopped wearing this belt for a minute. But the other belt, I don't know what it was like one of those belts where you could flip it and one side is brown and one side is black. But I don't know what happened to the brown side, so it's kind of hard to pull it because it's the suede part of the belt is there, so it don't want to maneuver around the pants. But yeah, I normally I used to just wear sweatpants and go to dialysis and some sneakers and some sweatpants and a shirt and you know do me with my little blanket and what have you. But now, because everything is either in Rome or too big. Actually, I only have one pair of sweatpants, them red ones. But yeah, y'all. That was our day. I asked Tramel a question and then I didn't even answer it about 2023.
What was that?
Um, did you think it came fast and what have you?
No, I don't think it came fast. I just think that the days gone by have just become significant to us. It's,
And
I just, I'm a person that feels like, for the most part, most of us think about tomorrow.
right,
Um, I kind of sort of think about tomorrow. That's the difference between me and other people is that I think about it, but I really don't think about it because I'm just not a person to dwell. I'm not a person to dwell. I'm not a person to get upset about things that I can't do anything about or things that I can't change. So, um, yeah, it's been a rocky road this year, but it's been different.
but honestly,
Mm.
this has been a good year for us.
It has.
The 2022 has really been a good year for
We've
us.
definitely evolved. Yes, most
We,
definitely.
we 2022. I ain't mad at it at all. I mean, I could have did without some of the things that came my way, but it is. What it is. I mean, COVID is COVID. We tried to not get COVID, and we did good for like 3 years, and then bang, we both got COVID.
Do you realize COVID started over a girl? Huh?
Over a what?
A girl.
No.
Yeah, there was this man. He's a scientist, and the COVID virus was something that he knew of. And him and his girlfriend, they were going through some tumultuous time or something like that. And she got mad at him, and she took some water and poured it in his face, and she poured it in the water in the lake that they were at, and they say that's how COVID started. Now, this story, I don't know whether it's true or not. It was something that I saw.
Hold on, Leon. When he
Um,
finished, I'm gonna talk about what you're talking about.
it was something that I saw. So I'm just telling you what it was. Now, what were you gonna say?
No, Leon said that we know that New York got 99 inches of snow, and Melissa was like, "When?" But I know he talked about upstate because Buffalo got it. Because
Hmm.
somebody just asked me on my Instagram, "Oh my God, are you guys close to Buffalo?" I'm like, "Oh no, girl, we hit it out of there in February."
Hmm.
Because I know if Georgia hit 14 degrees, I know up there was probably negative 14.
Yeah,
And I know the snowfall up there is ridiculous right
yeah, it
now.
is. It is ridiculous.
And
Yeah,
I know it is.
I'm pretty
Melissa, he ain't
sure.
talk about New York City. He talk about New York State.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that sounds like a significant amount of snow for this time.
Yeah, that sounds about right for this time. Because I'm
Uh-huh.
telling y'all, when I tell y'all it starts snowing in October, upstate New York,
Oh yeah,
it starts snowing in October and it don't stop until May.
yeah. It ain't no joke up there.
So I'm hey Greg G. It's negative 20 there, child.
Hmm.
Because I just saw a report about Buffalo getting a record amount of snow. And Carol, I knew what you was trying to say. I saw
Yeah,
every time you
it
typed the
gets
message, I knew
cold
what you
up
was
there.
trying to say.
It does get cold up there. Yeah.
It gets oh child, the cold is and I think that's I wasn't depressed, but I wasn't happy either. And I think it was because you hardly ever saw the sun. It was always cold. In the summertime, I appreciated the summertime because it really didn't get that hot. It was hot, but it didn't get that hot. Even like
Right.
on a 90-degree day, it
Yeah.
wasn't like 90 degrees in New York
Right.
City.
Right. Right.
And it was, it was it. Yeah, I'm glad I left out of there, child. Ooh, AJ. Ooh, child. Alaska. I don't think I could do it. It was 40 here today, Trisha, which felt warm compared to what it has been. Sunday I know it's supposed to be 70 degrees. I'm like, child, how we go from 14 to 70? But I ain't mad at it. I take it. I ain't mad at it. I will take it, child. When I think about hot in New York City, I think of the movie Do the Right Thing. It gets hot like that, Monte, and it is like that where we turn on the fire hydrants and get wet and all that good stuff like you saw in the movie. That's all true. That is all true. That's what we do in New York. Oh, just 1 hour. You know what, AJ? I think that's what made my mood the way it was because the sun hardly ever shined in Rome. It was so bad, your doctor has to prescribe you vitamin D pills because you go outside and there's no sun. It's just clouds and snow, and it's just a mess. Right, Leon, it was Buffalo. But I know if it was in Buffalo, it had to happen where me and Tramel used to live because we didn't live that far from Buffalo. So it was Buffalo, and I know we lived probably what 2 to 3 hours away from Buffalo. So if it happened in Buffalo, I'm sure it happened all upstate New York, all upstate. Because the day we moved from Rome, it was no talks of snow. We basically went all day with no snow, no nothing. And the minute we was about to drive up to Jersey, a blizzard happened. So luckily, I found a hotel that wasn't expensive at the last minute, and we stayed there. And child, the next day, it took forever to get the car out of the space because the hotel had shoveled, so he put all this snow in the back of my car, and I'm like, oh god. So I had to kick snow from behind the wheels, and we drove up to New Jersey, and as we was driving through a snowstorm, and then the closer we got to New Jersey, the snow was stopping. I know you did run, because I would have ran. Alaska? You know what? I wanted to do a cruise to Alaska, but then I thought about the Titanic and I said, no, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, never mind. Uh, I'll take my chances in the Caribbean waters with the sharks and the octopus and the jellyfish, honey, as opposed to being in the cold water with icebergs. Freezing to death. But yeah, Alaska is beautiful, but the winters was brutal. The spring and summer is great. Alaska is beautiful. Like I've seen pictures of Alaska, like when you said in the spring and the summer. That's what made me want to go to Alaska, like do a cruise to Alaska, not like fly and stay in a hotel and stuff like that, but like do a cruise to Alaska. But then I was like, child, there's still icebergs in the water, child. The icebergs ain't going nowhere. The icebergs ain't going nowhere. But yeah, y'all. What did some of y'all do yesterday? I know Melissa did, but what some of y'all did yesterday? Me and Tramel, like we said, we just stayed home and had. We was 2 hours away from Canada, AJ, and we never went. Me and Tramel just stayed home with each other and had dinner yesterday. What did some of you guys do? Did you go to family? Did you just stay home with your family? Did you celebrate with friends and things of that nature? I know AJ was good and lit. I know AJ was lit yesterday from some Casamigos. Canada's another place that it gets cold. In Canada, if you live in a house, you have to have a way out on the second floor because they get so much snow that if you don't have a second way out on the second floor, you'll be snowed in because that's how much snow they get. I forgot what part of Canada it is. It's only a certain part of Canada. But like if you open you probably if your front door opens out, you probably can't even open it because that's how much snow it is. So they have to have like a second floor door where they can get out of their house if need be. Hey, Tawny, do you know what, Tawny? That was a good thing, and I know you enjoyed it. Cause it's good to just stay home on Christmas and enjoy it with family, and just watch your kids, depending on how old they are, play with their toys and things like that. And I get it. I definitely get it. Oh, AJ, that was so nice of you. That was so nice of you. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, 20. That's what I'm talking about. Me and Tramel trying to figure out a way that we can give back. We want to give back to the community. We just don't know what it is we want to do. And now that he's on dialysis too, it's really going to be hard because it has to be a Tuesday or Thursday when we don't go to dialysis. Because we're on the second shift and we don't really get out of there till like quarter to 4 o'clock. So by that time, it's just time to eat and rest. Even though it is the most uncomfortable thing to sit in a chair for 4 hours and really can't move. It is a reclining chair, but still, you can't really move your arm because you got these big ass needles in them, and you just stuck like that. And even though you sleep, it's like it's crazy. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. Oh, okay, AJ. It's always good to give back when you can. Pay it forward.
Hmm.
It's always good to pay it forward.
It does my heart well when I'm able to get back to someone.
Yeah, because that's what AJ said he did yesterday.
Hmm.
He said before I got drunk, I went to give gifts to students whose parents couldn't get them stuff. It is a wonderful thing. Again, Trisha's Cash App is at the top, pinned to the top of the live. If y'all could bless her for her birthday, definitely do that. Bless her for her birthday. It's
Hmm.
still the season of giving, no matter what it is. Hey, Alicia. Happy holidays to you too. Y'all, we wanted to come on yesterday, but like I said, Tramel was having a day.
Hmm.
He was having a really bad day yesterday. So I didn't even bother him when it came to cooking. Honestly, I cooked everything, and I was just like, okay, well, I ain't frying this chicken because I wasn't in the mood to fry no chicken. I ain't even gonna lie. The ham was made. I said, "Oh, we gonna have his ham because I'm not in the mood to fry no chicken." And then he woke up and was like, "I'm gonna fry the chicken." I was like, "Okay, babe." And he fried that damn chicken so fast. In my head, I'm going, "That chicken raw," but the chicken was fried good because Tramel could fry some chicken. The chicken was fried and good, and I was like, "I ain't mad at it, child." All right, Leon, ain't nothing wrong with that. Did you win us some money? Notice I said us. Did you win us some money? Yeah, yeah. I keep forgetting to buy a battery for this damn fire alarm. I keep forgetting to buy a battery. Actually, I need to open it and see what kind of battery it takes. If it's that square one, or if it takes double A or triple A. That's what I need to do. And it makes me mad because our second day in the apartment, it was beeping. And I told them, I said, well, y'all need to come change the battery because I know I'm supposed to do it, but not when I just move in the apartment. They got here, the damn thing never beeped not one time. And I'm like, okay, well, then I'm crazy. Now it's beeping and it been beeping. And I just keep forgetting to buy a damn battery when we go out. And I know Tramel ain't going to remember a battery. So I'm like, I'll be forgetting the battery. So excuse that alarm beeping every however many minutes it beeps. And it's the one in our bedroom on top of it because we have two. We have one in the bedroom and one in the hallway leading to the bedroom, and that one is fine. But I think that one is a, what do you call it? Um, oh, what do you call it when the oven is on too long and carbon monoxide? I think the one in the hallway is for carbon monoxide, and the one in the bedroom is a fire alarm. So because the one in the hallway doesn't go off like if we heat up grease too hot or like when our turkey was running over in the stove, the one in the bedroom is the one that goes off all the time. So I know that's a fire alarm. The one in the hallway never really goes off, thank God, because that means we won't get carbon monoxide poisoning. Hey, Margie, because that means we won't get carbon monoxide poisoning. And I know y'all, I set the live for 10:45. Joseph didn't have any luck, but I enjoyed that. Hey, as long as you enjoyed yourself, that's all that matters. Long as you enjoyed yourself, that is all that matters.
Yes. Speaking of that, I
You
want me a.
can't win all the time. Go ahead.
I would love to have me a cup of tea. You know me.
Go make some
I
tea.
am gonna make me a cup of tea.
You gonna make you a cup of tea.
Yes, I love tea. You know.
You say that like, child. Let me tell you something. No shade. You see how that little piece of hair is in front of your head?
Mm-hmm.
That really looks cute like that. No
Mm.
shade. It does. Like if you made it more, if you made this thicker, if and fix, the spaces. If
Uh
you
huh.
just made it thicker, if that actually looks cute. The
Mm.
rest of whole your head bald and that one little piece of hair right there. That actually looks cute. I meant to tell you that the other day.
Oh, oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm gonna make me a cup of tea.
Go ahead. I'll be here when you come back.
Mm. Yes.
I'll be here when you come back, and when you come back, we can wrap it up.
Okay.
I'm talking to the people because a lot of people are just coming in now because they saw the 10:45,
Uh huh.
and because I had put 10:45, and then we was like, I was like, Tramel, you think you gonna stay up to 10:45? He's like, no. I was like, okay, well then let's go live early because we wanted to give y'all a live, but yesterday Tramel was really having a bad day, and we was gonna do a live. And then he said, I said, babe, you want to do a live? He said, no, not really. I was like, okay, we ain't got to do a live then.
Mm-hmm.
Like one thing about us, we don't push each other to do a live. If I really wanted to go live, I would have just came live by myself, or vice versa. If he wanted to go live and I didn't, and he just really wanted to go live, he would go live by himself. But on whole, if we both, 9 times out of 10, we both agree. Like if he don't want to go live, I'm like, okay, we ain't gotta go live. Or if I don't want to go live, he's like, okay, we ain't gotta go live. And we love going live for you guys, but it's like sometimes it's just
Mm.
it's a lot. It's a lot. This is like a job, y'all. This is like a job. It's a job we chose. It's a job we enjoy doing, but it's like a job for real. And then especially next month when we start doing Coffee with the Kings, that's really going to be a job because we
Mm.
got to pre-record those and get them out to you guys in a certain time, edit them, and do what we do and figure out a time when it can come on where everybody could watch it, and then later that night do pillow talk. I can't believe this is episode 71 of Pillow Talk, Jamel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
71. I did not think Pillow Talk was going to be this popular, but I'm glad it is. I'm glad it is. I am glad it is. But yes, if I could just get this stomach right, honey, I would be perfect. Because I'm at a weight where I want to be,
Mm-hmm.
that I've always strived to be. So my weight right now is perfect for me.
It looks good on you.
It's just my belly, child. I be looking at for me, people are like, oh my God, you lost so much weight. You lost so much weight. But see, because I've been fat all my life, I have that fat mentality. When I look in the mirror, it's like, oh God, I'm so fat. Because my stomach is still big. If my stomach went down, I probably wouldn't feel that way. But I don't. If you've never been fat, when you are fat, when you lose a lot of weight, you still look in the mirror, and in your mind is telling you you're fat. But my clothes and are telling me, girl, you ain't nowhere near fat, honey. Like I like when me and Tramel, when we went to Burlington, they had this cute jacket, and I was like, oh, this jacket is banging. But I had a feeling it was going to be too short because y'all know I'm like 6'3" and a half, 6'3" to 6'3" and a half. So I looked at it, and like women wear jackets like to their waist, and
Uh-huh.
it was like I put the jacket on, and that's just what happened. It went right to my waist, and I zipped it up, and I was like, "Oh, but this jacket!" I was like, "Damn it! They don't have a bigger one, a bigger size, a longer one." Child, when I took the jacket off, I came completely together because I didn't never look at the size. And when I looked at the size, I said, I just put on a large coat and zipped it up.
Yeah, you were small.
I was like, oh my God.
You are.
It was amazing. So the coat I picked out for Tramel, he picked out for me. And we picked the same size for each other. And I was like, I knew I had just put on the large, so I knew an extra large was going to fit. I just put it on because he wanted to see it on me, and I told him to put it on. I was like, we literally just picked the same coat for each other. And we didn't care because, it is what it is. That's my husband. We can wear the same things. And I was like, wow, wow, I could wear a large. It's short because I'm tall, but if it would have been longer, I definitely would have got that. Well, the Apple Pay wasn't working that day, but I would have definitely got that coat because I loved it. I loved it, but I love the one he picked out for me as well. So hopefully they still got them, and we can go back and get them next week, and or the end of this week, whichever comes first, and well, not whichever comes first, because the end of this week is gonna come first before next week. But you know what I meant. Whatever comes first of us going back to Burlington. It ain't far from our house, but still, I'm trying to let everybody do their returns and do their exchanges and all their little do la la's before I go into any store. Because I was already mad that day. We stood in line, that long ass line, and we got up there and the damn Apple Pay wasn't working. And they didn't even know the Apple Pay wasn't working until Tramel tried to use it. Then they're going to make an announcement Apple Pay is not working. Your Apple Pay is down. Well, that would have been nice before I stood in this line, honey. That would have been nice. Yes, happy birthday, Trisha. Tramel was like, I thought Trisha's birthday was in January. I said, no, that's Melissa's birthday in January. I said, Trisha's birthday was the day after Christmas. Well, I didn't know it was exactly the day after Christmas. I thought it was like this week, but I didn't know it was the day after Christmas. Because my cousin's birthday, shout out to Valerie. Y'all see her in the chat. She's mine. Valerie Frange. Shout out to you, boo. Your birthday was
Yes, I'm
yesterday.
sorry I didn't call you, but happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you and Merry Christmas. I know with your birthday falls on Christmas. You are a special baby. That we get a special and you just have to just look out for it. You're gonna get a special wish now.
Yes, because I text her happy birthday. And then she texts me back, happy birthday, thank you, Merry Christmas. I said, first we doing birthday, then we'll do Christmas. And she was like, okay. Because, it's hard when a person is born on Christmas. It's like, what do I tell them first, Merry Christmas or happy birthday? So I told her happy birthday first because I figured y'all know how I am about my birthday. My birthday is my birthday, period. So I said we'll do Christmas in a minute. So I waited like maybe 20 minutes, and I texted her Merry Christmas, enjoy, and she was cracking up because I'm like, hey party people, hey best friend, hey Lay Carter. I feel the same way. Do not like looking in the mirror. I'm 5'1" and I don't like looking. I think I'm fat with a big stomach. Let me tell you, it's skinny, and trust me, I'm skinny right now. It's been because of surgeries and me being in the hospital, not eating or not being able to eat or not wanting, um, situations that caused me to lose this weight. But child, my appetite has come back. So, but it's just when you are a big person and you've always been big. I don't want to say fat. When you are a big person and you've always been big, it doesn't matter how much weight you lose, you always look in the mirror and think that you're big. And like because my stomach, I still have fluid in my stomach from the hernia surgery I had and then removing the catheter from when I was on home dialysis. Why they would pump me with so much water is beyond me, but they did it, and now through dialysis they're trying to drain it out of me. And they have done a good job because they got a lot of it out of me. But I know my stomach is mostly this big because I still have fluid on me. So I like want all the fluid off, and like the more fluid they drain, and the more the scale goes down in the dialysis center. I'm like, oh my god, but how much weight did I really lose? So it's hard to tell because I have this fluid on me. Well, happy birthday to your mother, Leia. Lay, not Leia, Lay. Happy birthday to your mom. Well, belated birthday to your mom. Best friend, when is your birthday? I know your birthday coming up too. Best friend, when is your birthday? Because I know your birthday coming up too. I know it's you, Trisha, Melissa. Okay, yours is at the end in a couple of days. Okay. Yours is in a couple of days. I knew Trisha. See, I thought Trisha was around then. I didn't realize Trisha was born the day after Christmas. All right, Lay. You an Aquarian. I love me some Aquarians. All right, El Manning, you joining the 50 Club. My cousin joined the 50 Club yesterday. I welcomed her with open arms. I was like, welcome to the club, girl. It's exclusive. Everybody can't get in the 50 Club. But you made it. And you need to thank God that you made it to the 50 Club.
Yes.
She
Ain't
joined the
nothing
50
like it.
Club. She
Ain't,
joined the 50 Club yesterday.
ain't nothing like the 50 Club.
Yeah, the 50 Club is a good club. Carol, you ain't never said nothing but a word because that's all me and Tremel now, really. Tremel slept before, but now, child, he always sleep.
Yeah.
But I mean, now he sees when I would tell him I was tired and I was exhausted. Now he knows exactly what I was talking about because he's feeling it too. But see, that makes me mad because I like the fact that before he was awake and keeping me awake and wanting to talk and just watch TV and stuff like that. But now, child, he go to sleep, and the next thing I know, I'm waking up going, damn, because I hate sleeping so much. But
Mm.
I don't mind. I don't mind. I ain't missing nothing in the world. I ain't missing nothing in this world by sleeping. I get my rest. One thing Joseph gonna do is get his rest. I'm not 21. I'm 51. So I'm gonna get my rest. All right, for being in Guatemala dancing with some pretty men. All right, Trisha, you almost in the 50 club.
Okay.
She 47 today.
All right.
And yes, thank God of that too.
Mm-hmm.
As black people, the older we get, I just think we should all be thankful and embrace our ages because a lot of us don't make it to 47 or
Mm-hmm.
48 or 46 or 50 or 55. A lot of us don't make it that, especially black men. Y'all know why.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I've had so many friends that have died at 30 years old and 25, and it breaks my heart, but I'm glad that God saw fit to want to keep me here for 51 years and hopefully another 50 or 45 years. I say 45 because I don't want to be 100. I ain't even gonna lie, I want to be 100. Now, if my husband lived to be 100, then okay, but I don't want to be 100. But we need to just, embrace our age, live
Mm-hmm.
it
Let
up.
it flow.
Most of us don't look our age. Now, these little young kids, a lot of them look
Hold the snow.
as old as we are, and
Mm-hmm.
we look as young as they are. So we need to thank God for that part alone right there, because most of us don't look our age.
Mm-hmm.
I know when people hear me say I'm 51, they be like, "You 50 what?" I'll be like, 51. You not 30 something or 40 something. The most I would give you is like between 35 and 40. I was like, nope, I'm 51. That's why when they ID me in the store, when I buy liquor and stuff, I don't even be mad. I be like, child, when y'all stop IDing me is when I'm gonna get mad because that mean I look my age.
Right.
When you just let me walk in here and buy stuff and don't say, could I see your ID?
No, it's all right.
Right. That's when I'm gonna be mad because then I'm gonna be like, oh, so I look old enough to be buying liquor?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to still ask me. Thank you, Monte. I've always had this baby face. For me, I look older. But for other people, like when Tramel saw me back, 4 years ago, going on 5 years ago, he was like, oh my God, you look the same. To other people, I look the same. Like if you see a picture of me as a little boy, my face literally stayed the same. But for me, I just look older because I know I'm older. So I just look older. And at one point, when I turned 40, I kind of went through a little midlife crisis because I'm like, oh my God, I'm old. Oh my God, ain't nobody gonna want me no more. I'm hit that age where I'm just an old man. And then somebody told me that knew me, they was like, do you realize you are sexier at 40 than you was at 20? I was like, what? They was like, at 20, you was a little pretty boy. But at 40, you just like a grown man. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And they didn't even know what I was going through because I didn't tell nobody that I was going through that in my head. Because y'all know, I won't talk about things I go through in my head. And when my friend told me that, he was like, at 20, you was cute. You was a pretty boy. You was just pretty. But at 40, you were just like some sexy, distinguished man. I was like, all right, that's what's up. Hey, Joy. I was like, all right, that's what's up. That's what's up. I ain't mad at it. Melissa, let me tell you something. The fact that you need to be 21 when they ask me for ID, I still live because that means you think I'm 20 or 19 in my
Right.
mind. In my mind. In my mind. But I know a lot of them do it because they think like federal agents or whatever is coming in there testing them to see if they act. I know that's why a lot of them do it. But see, in my mind, you think I'm 20 or 19. Hey, Dirk. Oh, Dirk, I gave you your shout out earlier. I came on earlier than I told you. But yeah, hey, Dirk.
Ah.
Yeah, I embraced my age. Tramel for a long time thought I didn't because I would joke around and say I might be 51, but I'm 15. But that's just jokes and fun. I embrace my age because, like I said, a lot of my friends, hell, they didn't make it past 30.
Right.
And some of them ain't made it past 35. So, it's a blessing. It is a blessing, especially being a black man and a gay black man, to be able to say, I'm 51 or Tramilla's 55. And, oh, okay, Dirk. Well, thank you for connecting with us. And, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. I feel blessed that no matter what I've gone, and actually, me and Dirk was just talking about this before I got on live, how people blame everything else for their lives as opposed to it being them, because life is what you make it.
Hmm.
And a lot of people choose to be miserable, and they don't realize that they're choosing to be miserable. And then they want to blame it on other people, or blame it on the society, or blame it on whatever they blame it on. And you know, you are in control of your life. You're the one, I mean, God has say so over everything, but you are the one that can give yourself a happy life, a miserable life, a meaningful life. And you just have to want to live it.
That's true.
Thank you, Carol.
Well, I told you people don't recognize the fact that they're on a journey. You're on a journey, and once you accept that you're on a
Oh, I'm
journey,
sorry to hear that, Dirk.
then life will be much easier for you because you'll be able to walk on your path.
Yeah. When you do your journey
When
and
you realize that you're on a journey, you'll be able to walk your path.
all right. And some of us don't know what our past is. That's why, the Bible says, that song says, order my steps, because some of us don't know what our path is. Some of us are just walking through life confused. Like, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to be? Who am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to do? And I found out a long time ago what my gift was, and I use it, and not like Tramel says for evil. I use it here in this platform because I know that me and Tramel have a gift, basically, of being able to inspire people and talk to people and help people, and sometimes without even knowing it. And they come back and tell me, Joseph, when you was talking about this, it really helped me, and I needed to hear it. And because sometimes, like I told y'all, once you find who you are, life is always good. Right? That is so true. Once you, it's hard to explain, but sometimes I get on live, like when I do Joseph rants or something, or I just come on the live by myself, or even like with me and Trinella together. Both of us will just start talking about something and continue through the whole live with it, and we'll get up. Like the other night, like I told y'all, I was like, Tramel, somebody needs to hear that. And the very next day, God blessed us.
Yes, he
With a
did.
blessing that we wasn't even looking for. To
Yes,
be
he did.
honest, we
Yes,
wasn't even
God
looking
did.
for it.
Yes, God did. Uh huh.
And we wasn't even looking for it. We didn't. I know I didn't ask for nothing. I don't
Sure
know if
did.
Tramel did or not, but I know I ain't asked God for
I just
nothing.
ask God to bless us. That's all.
And we just, got on the live and said what we said, and it was what it was. And it's a good feeling when you can help somebody, even without knowing that you're helping them, get through things, persevere through things, and of that nature. It's a good feeling. Yes, y'all thumbs up the live if you haven't thumbs up the live already. Get us in the algorithm. Get us up in that algorithm, y'all. I'm still shocked this is episode 71 of Pillow Talk. Because when, we decided to do it, I was like, we went back through all our shows and we noticed that our Pillow Talk and our car conversations had the most views, more than the Andrew videos. Well, you know why the Andrew videos got so many views, but our car conversations and our pillow talks, I was like, well, we can't always be in the damn car. So let's do pillow talk. And you guys love it. And I thank you guys for loving it. I thank you guys for coming every night and sharing your night with us. I do. Right. This is why we are here to be helpful to all mankind that comes across our paths. Right. But I thank you guys for um, coming to Pillow Talk, watching Pillow Talk, and being a part of Pillow Talk, whether you're in the chat or just one of the Bush babies. We appreciate the Bush babies too. We do. We appreciate the Bush babies, and we appreciate the ones of you that watch and don't subscribe, even though I wish you would subscribe. But we appreciate those that watch and don't subscribe. We do. And it's just been a journey. It's been a journey. I can't wait to see what 2023 holds. I've been told already that I don't live in the moment. I'm too busy worried about tomorrow and the next day and the next day. I'm really trying to learn to live in the moment. I think I'm doing a good job at it. Just live in the moment and don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow come when it gets here. Because technically, tomorrow is today. When you really think about it, tomorrow never comes because tomorrow becomes today. So if you living for tomorrow, why live for tomorrow when you can live for today? And when it was told to me like that, I said, you know what, that makes absolute sense. Like I'm worried about tomorrow, but in the moment, tomorrow becomes today. So I'm really, really, really trying to learn to live in the moment and enjoy the things and people around me at the time. Because I will be at a whole setting, child, and my mind will be someplace else, and I really won't be enjoying the people and the time that I'm really having. I've gone out and people have asked me, "Are you having a good time?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And because my mind be someplace else, and they be like, "Well, because you don't look like you having a good time." I said, "No, I'm enjoying myself." And sometimes they don't believe me, but the people that really know me believe me, because they know that's just who I am. And you okay? And he didn't get the tea yet. Hey, Queen Ronnie, he didn't get the tea yet. He just put the he just actually told him he just went and put the water on. He just went and put the water on. But yeah, I'm really trying to learn to live in the moment instead of worrying about what's gonna happen tomorrow or the day after that, or the day after that, or the day after that. That's a bad habit that I have that I really have to get rid of because I miss out on so much by worrying about days that haven't even come yet. I mean, in no shade, I don't want this to happen, but what if I don't wake up tomorrow? Then
You
what?
don't. You don't.
No, but I'm saying I was worried about a day that I'm gone instead of enjoying what was happening
Oh.
today. So, you know what, babe?
Mhm.
Because it's always covered with the comforter. I forgot how pretty the bottom of the bed was.
Oh, really? Okay.
I forgot how pretty the bottom of the bed was.
Yeah.
But, you know, not that I'm looking for something to happen to me, but you got to take every moment. Hey, Denise. Y'all know I'm only staying on for y'all, right?
Oh.
Because I know I set the live for 10:45, but we came on at 9 something, at like 9:57. But it's all good. It's all good. I don't mind spending my time with you guys. And like I said, I slept all day in dialysis. I came home and probably had like I want to say a 4 hour. No, it wasn't four. Probably like a 3 hour nap, three and a half, three, two and a half, 2.5, 3 hour nap. So I'm really not that tired right now. But I mean, I could go sleep if I wanted to, but I'm good for now. I'm good for now. Chanel, honey, he holding on. I ain't gonna lie, he holding on. He trying to hold on.
Yeah, I am.
Y'all know he'll start sleep talking in a minute, which give y'all life because y'all be cracking up when he starts sleep talking. Y'all be cracking up when he starts sleep talking.
This is all this medication I've been taking that makes me drowsy, you know.
Yeah, that too.
So I ain't got
Hey,
no
Chris.
other choice but to go with the flow.
And y'all, if you just coming in, if you can, please bless Trisha for her birthday. Her cash app is pinned to the top. It's her birthday today.
Yes.
So if you can, bless Trisha for her birthday. She ain't gonna be discriminatory. Any amount you give her, she will appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Cause guess what? It's money she ain't had 5 minutes ago.
Right.
So, and Trisha is definitely one of our moms that have been with us since, oh wow, day one,
They won, yeah.
when we really became YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
And
She's
Trisha
been
has
there.
been,
She's
she's
been
been
here,
there.
and she's been here. Not only has she been here, she has been there. You know, she's been
Right,
there for us. You know.
right. So, yes. Again, I hope all y'all had a good Christmas. Mine was quiet and simple, and I appreciate quiet and simple in my old age. I ain't gotta be at the club shaking my ass like I used to be. 'Cause back in the day, I would have been in the club yesterday, honey.
Yes, ma'am.
I would have been in the club shaking it and doing it with my little drink, honey, and my little friends and getting it going. But I'm an older man now, and it's no shade. I become the old man I used to talk about that used to be trying to hit on my ass when I was in my 20s and 30s. And look at them and go, child, you need to be in a geriatric home. Why are you still coming to the club? See, I don't look my age, so that gives me that extra little advantage. But still, I know in my head how old I am, and I know what I used to think about older men when I saw them in the club. So I'm like, I ain't doing this no more, child. They ain't gonna talk about me. They ain't gonna talk about me like I used to talk about the old men that did it with me. Chris, where you live at? You know, I would have went off too. I was so mad. I had got up and I started cooking my ham, and I had made my I had got everything together for my blueberry cobbler, and then all of a sudden the water went off. I said, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm like, "Well, I know I'm in the South, and they don't know no better." I was like, "Well, why would they turn the water off to keep the pipes from freezing?" The smart thing to do would be to turn the water pressure up so that more people, especially on Christmas, so that more people, people are using water. So, you would want to turn the water pressure up so that the hot water can heat up the pipes. Child, they did the total opposite. I didn't have water for probably 3 hours. I didn't have water for like 3 hours. Well, that's a good thing. See, in Tennessee, Chris, right? Because I knew you had to be in the South. Because with this cold spurt, these Southern people don't know how to deal with this. Like in New York, like in New York City or whatever, they'll tell you lightly turn your water on, your hot water on, and just let it trickle overnight so that the pipes won't freeze up. Or like where we lived in upstate New York, the pipes are already insulated because they know how cold it gets up there. So you really kind of don't have to worry about your pipes freezing. But down here, they wasn't prepared for it. In the South, they're not prepared for something like this. So they don't know what to tell people to do. I knew what to do. I left my water trickling lightly, and it was okay. But you know, we when we went to dialysis today, all we saw was puddles and puddles of ice. And I was like, "Ooh, Tramel, that building had pipes burst. That building had pipes burst. That building had pipes burst." And then we saw a plumbing truck. I said, "See, I told you." Because anywhere in Georgia where you see a sheet of ice, that meant the pipes burst. That meant the pipes burst. And then this morning, the water came back on. Well, the water came back on yesterday, like I said, after about 3 hours. And then it stayed on. And then today, when I turned it on, it just shot out the bathroom sink. And I'm like, oh, and it's brown. That means they turned my water off completely. They must have did it last night so that the pipes wouldn't burst. But I'm like, y'all are dumb because leaving that water in there is doing nothing but freezing it. And but they don't know. These southern people don't know. So they ain't had to ever deal with cold like this before.
Have weather like this, Joe.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They ain't never had to deal with cold like this before, so they don't know. They don't know how to really do it. Right, Dirk. A lot of people don't do it, especially if they gotta pay a water bill. But I'm like, when it comes to your house, if you don't do it, you do better running that water, paying a little large water bill, a larger water bill than you do them pipes bursting. Because then, when they burst, you gotta wait for them to defrost so that you can fix them, and that ain't fun in
And
games.
you in trouble depending on where they burst at.
Yeah, Chris, you gotta let it run. Just turn it on and let it run, because they turned it off. You just gotta turn it on and let it run, because the more it runs, the clearer it'll get. The more it runs, the clearer it'll get. My kitchen water didn't turn brown, but my bathroom water did. That's because the bathroom water never ran at all yesterday. The kitchen water did, but the bathroom water, when I went to turn it on, because I wanted something to drink, and I was like, oh, maybe it's just the kitchen because I'm running a dishwasher. And then my dumb ass run the dishwasher, which didn't do nothing because it was just a pile of water at the bottom of the dishwasher this morning when I was like, well, let me take the dishes out. I said, oh, these dishes ain't clean. So I had to wash everything this morning when I left because I knew the water pressure was right and what have you. And my kitchen water came back on yesterday, but like I said, it wasn't brown. My bathroom water was brown. But yeah, effectively being off in Texas in the summer because someone hit oh, Trisha. Hey, Miss Southern Girl. I couldn't even imagine. I don't even want to imagine. I don't.
Ooh.
I don't. I don't even want to imagine Texas in the summertime with no electricity because that means the AC ain't
Oh
working,
my God.
and that means that house
It's
is
hot.
probably 1,000 degrees on the inside.
Uh-huh. No, 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 ma'am. I can't take a power outage. Oh,
Wow, the overnight fire watch due to busted pipes. Yeah, because there was a lot of places over here when we was driving. Like I said, when we was driving out to go to dialysis, all the puddles of ice I saw, I said, Tramil, that building had burst. That building had pipes burst. That building had pipes burst. Thank
hmm
God my building didn't have no pipes burst. And we saw the plumbing truck at the rental office, so
yeah.
we knew. He knew. I knew because I knew it because I had read an article that somebody had published the day before about Atlanta and showing how the pipes were bursting and businesses was having to like shove all this water out of their businesses because Atlanta ain't used to this.
Yeah.
Atlanta ain't used to this. I ain't even mad at them because they ain't used to this kind of cold. Now, if this happens in New York, upstate New York, then it's like, okay, girl, y'all know how cold it get. Y'all should have been prepared for this. But like the southern states, they don't know what to do in this situation. They never had to encounter this before. So it's one of them things that, you deal with it and roll with it. I know what to do, so I'm gonna do what I know what to do. And I probably was the one that kept the building going by running my little hot water, let it trickle all night long. That's why the pipes didn't burst. But I don't care because I know what to do.
Great. You need to check your bank. Um.
Um,
Yes. Yes. Great. Great. That's great.
it it's a wonderful thing. Like I said, it's a wonderful thing. No, You got, huh?
Mm-mm.
Oh, me neither. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Listen to Queen Ronnie and thumbs up this live. Right, Queen Ronnie, because I will pump this heat, child. I will pump this heat up in a heartbeat. I will pump this heat up. I will pump this heat up and be unbothered. I'd rather wake up sweating like I have in the last few nights. My t-shirt be soaking wet from sweat because I'll be up under them blankets, nice and toasty, honey, unbothered. And if I get too hot, I just throw the covers off me. And then I'll start getting cold again because my t-shirt is sweaty. I'll cover myself right back up. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'll be like, ew, and have to
Mm-hmm.
take my t-shirt off and put on a different one.
Uh-huh. Having it like a sauna in here.
Best friend, I don't know what you mean snowing. Don't play with me. Last time I lived down here in the snow, that was when it looked like the apocalypse. Don't play with me, best friend. I don't think it's snowing. I hope it ain't snowing. Wait, let me now see. Now you gonna make me check my app on my phone. Snow forecasted for the next hour. Are you kidding me right now?
Mm.
Best friend, it's showing that it's a drizzle. Okay, so the drizzle is really gonna make it bad because it's 32 degrees, so it's all gonna freeze. It's supposed to start snowing in 30 minutes, and it's gonna really be a mess tomorrow morning. Babe, I hope you don't need to go out
No, I don't.
because it's gonna be like 20 something degrees, and it's raining now, and it's not gonna go down to 30. Well, it should all melt by 11 o'clock, but the morning is gonna be a hot mess. Because we already know Georgia don't know how to do in the snow, honey. Because the first time I lived down here, when I saw that it looked like the apocalypse, child, I was done. People just got out of their cars with the doors open and the trunks open and just left them in the middle of the street. I'm like, what are these people doing? I'm trying to drive to get home. Hour drive to get home took me like 8 hours. People telling me I can't go down streets. I'm like, why? Are you the police? And they're like, no. I said, then move the hell out of my way. So they move, and I get down the block, and I could hear them going, how did he drive down that ice? Bitch, because I'm from New York, bitch. I'm from Maryland, bitch. I'm from upstate New York. I know how to drive in this shit. I'm not, y'all scared. I'm not scared. You know, I get it because y'all from the South and y'all don't know no better. But when you live in New York and places like that, you either learn to drive your car or you take the train. And there was no train for me to get home. It was so bad that when I did get to where I was staying at the time, it was like 8 cars in the middle, turned in all different directions. And I'm like, how the hell did y'all get turned around like this? So I went around them, but I couldn't get down my street because they was like, I said, oh God. I had to go to the bathroom. I said, you know what? I'm gonna park my car right here. I said, because ain't nothing really gonna happen. I said, because the police will have to just ticket everybody in the middle of the street. I was because people had got out of their cars and just left them where they was at and walked to their houses. And I was like, I'm gonna park over here on the side. At least I'm parked. I went by a tree, did what I had to do like I was a puppy, and then I walked like a mile to the house in the snow and the ice. On the way, I'm hearing coyote howling. I said, "Child, if a coyote jump out at my fat ass, or you gonna see me slipping and sliding, running down the damn street, child." I said, "No, here is very different from up north." No, it's not. You know what it is, Dirk. The Let me tell you what. Let me because I was here. First of all, Georgia closed everything down at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Everything, schools, jobs, businesses, they closed everything down 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If people wasn't scared to drive because it was, and I get it because they're not used to it, but if they weren't scared to drive, the highways would have never froze up. because the heat from the cars alone, and then the tire tractions, it would have never heated up. But they was driving 10 and 12, 20 miles an hour. So of course it's gonna freeze because you don't have the cars just zipping down the highway like you normally do, causing the friction and the heat. That's what caused it to really like side streets and stuff like that. I get it because on an average day you don't get cars and a bunch of cars and stuff going down side streets, but the highways should have never froze up the way they did. And because if everybody would have drove at their normal pace, they it would have never froze because the heat from the cars and the traction from the tires would have never let it freeze. But it was just like, how do you just get out of your car and leave it with all the doors open? And I'm not talking about some Yankee okie doke cars. I'm talking Lexuses, Mercedes Benz, Audis. They just left them with the trunks popped and the doors open. And I'm like, this looked like the apocalypse. I gotta be dreaming. I can't. This can't really be happening right now. Like it would blew my mind, and then you could tell the people like that was from Chicago and Detroit and New York, because we got tired of the highway. We started driving on the grass. We just pulled over, and I said, "Well, they doing it." And then you could tell the people that wasn't from here, that was from places where they dealt with snow before, because we was zipping and doing it through the snow. And
Mm-hmm.
people are looking at us like we crazy. Like, how are they driving and all of this? Like, you have no choice when you live in places like Chicago, Detroit, New York, places where it snows all the time, because it's either that or stay in your house. So, right, Queen Ronnie, you can't slam on the brakes. No, El Manning, let me tell you, the only place that I have lived where they treat snow like amazingly is upstate New York. You can't even park in the street in upstate New York at the 9 o'clock at night, because the streets the next day, even if it's a snowstorm, it don't even look like snow hit the streets. But like in New York City and Jersey and places like that, you just got to drive in the snow because they take their damn time. Child, New York City and Jersey and Newark and Jersey City and places like that. They're like, bitch, we get to it when we get to it.
Right.
They don't care. You just be driving through it. Like you have no choice. It's either that or stay in the house, and then your job ain't gonna close because of 4 little inches of snow. So you ain't got no choice but to drive in it to work. And what child? My job did that one time. They let us all go at one time because they realized that it was like blizzard conditions. I was on the highway freaking out. It was the snowflakes was so big. It was like a total whiteout. I couldn't see nothing. And when you turned on the high beams, it made it worse because the high beams on all that white. I was like, oh God, please just let me get home, because the snowflakes was so big, and it was snowing so fast, and the flakes were so big it was just covering everything. And luckily, we all knew how to drive in it. But it was a scare. Like if that ever happened down here in Atlanta, child, I could just imagine. Y'all would move. Y'all would just sit there and put your car and park on the highway and wouldn't move, because I'm telling you, that was a scary thing. That was a real scary thing. It was a total whiteout.
Ooh.
And I was like, ooh, child, I can't do it. I can't do it. Right, Leon. They use sand and salt. And sometimes you like upstate New York, they use something else. Because my car is jacked up underneath because they use some kind of liquid. They use some kind of fluid that it'll melt the snow, and once it melts, the snow won't form again on it. They use some kind of fluid, and you're supposed to get your car protected underneath. But for the 3 years I've lived there, I didn't. So now I'm paying the price.
Well, they offer that down here too.
Yeah, but sand ain't salt. You need salt. You need salt to get up under there and get that, and so you can get a grip on them tires. And sand ain't salt. Sand is a little, it'll give you a little grip, a little something, but it ain't giving you grip like salt will.
Hmm. Well, I noticed that the city of Atlanta, A lot of their customers have been ordered to drop salt and drop rotor.
It's about to snow now.
Mm.
Did you get your tea?
Yes, I did. I got my tea,
Okay.
and I'm gonna drink my tea, and I'm going to take it down, all the way down. So
All the way down.
yeah,
All the way down
yeah,
for the
all the way
night.
down, all the way down. I'm ready to take it down now.
But you gotta drink your tea.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink my tea.
You gotta drink your tea. Now you're making me kind of want some tea.
I'm gonna go in there and make you some.
Man, I want it, but then when I make it, I'll be like, I don't want. No, I could probably use some tea
Mm.
and a muffin and a blueberry muffin.
What you got there?
Them lemon muffins are good, but I don't like. I don't
They
like
work.
lemon.
They are good. They're very good.
I,
Very
I
good.
don't like lemon.
They're not too over exaggerated and stuff. I like it like that.
Right. Like I don't like
I don't like the like something that I eat with lemon to be just.
lemony.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's right there.
Okay. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, they're just right. Yeah, they are.
Like just enough lemon works for me, but I don't like things to be like when you. I don't particularly care for lemon anything. Lemon cake, like lemon desserts. I don't like lemon desserts. Let me put it that way. Now, child, you give me some good lemonade. We can
Mhm.
talk all day long, honey. In the
Mhm.
summertime, that's all I want is some lemonade or frozen lemonade or pink lemonade. But like desserts and cookies and things like that, I'm not a lemon person at all.
Right.
Yeah. Let me tell you, Queen Ronnie, let me tell you something. When me and Tramel lived upstate New York, I went outside and shoveled the first time it snowed, right?
Oh Lord, have mercy. I said to tell you to get in the house.
I shoveled the first time. Tramel was like, get in the house. Then when I realized don't nobody walk down the streets in upstate New York where there's snow, or they walk in the street because there is no snow. Child, when it snowed, I ain't never shoveled. Not one thing. And if it was too much snow, we opened that garage when we had the house that had the garage and
Yeah.
put the car in the garage and call it a day.
Uh huh. Sure
And
did. Sure
when
did.
we when we moved into the house that just had the driveway, my neighbor, he would shovel a path from his house to my house for the mailman. Cause me and Tremel was like, I ain't shoveling that shit. And the mailman would have to walk through ankle deep snow once he put our mail in our thing to get around my car. And then if
No,
my
our
car
next door
wasn't
neighbors would make a pass so the
no
mailman would come.
no, that's what I
Yeah.
said. Or if we wasn't home when the mailman came, he could just drive, where my car. He could just walk where my car was, because of course, where my car was, it wasn't that much snow underneath my car, no way. But
Mm-hmm.
me and Tremel did not shovel nothing, honey. We was because honest to God, upstate New York, people don't walk in the streets in the wintertime. And when they do, they walk in the street because the street is clear. The sidewalk, I mean, you would see some houses with snow halfway up their doors. People wouldn't even, it's like, okay, they going out their back door. You clearly can see they ain't coming out the front door. Because that's how much it snows down there. And it's like, child, I'm not killing myself doing this. Now, if I had a electric snowblower or something, I might have thought about doing it. But that one first house, when I shoveled that first time, I was like, oh no, bitch, I'm too fat for this. I'm gonna get a heart attack. And I ain't never did it again. Trina was like, if you don't get your ass in this house,
Right.
I was like, oh no, child. And then I came in the house, my blood pressure dropped, I started throwing up. And Shemel was like, that's what you get for being outside shoveling. And then I was like, well, I thought we had to do it. I said it was in our lease agreement that we had to shovel. So I was trying to find, but after that, he wasn't. The most we would do was shovel our back steps, so that and Tremel would do that, shovel the back steps, so we could, get to the car without having to struggle through snow. But past that, child, mm-mm, no sir. And then it really became a struggle when I had the stroke. trying to walk through the snow, and when I broke my knee and trying to walk. Well, I did that in September, but when it did snow, that was hard. Too much for me. I'll leave it to the hubby. Sometimes I'll sweep the steps. Yeah, Tremel would shovel the steps, but sometimes by the time the temperature would drop so low that the snow would turn to ice, so he couldn't even really shovel the stairs because the snow would be ice. So we didn't buy nothing to like melt the ice or nothing like that. So we just was stepping in it and stepping in it and
We was
holding
just
on.
careful.
Right. Until that day I slipped and fell.
Oh yeah, I remember. Well, one day
Woo!
you was out there. Your glasses was in the snowbank,
My glasses was in the snow.
and
What
you
you
was
know?
somewhere else.
Child, it was. Oh, I'm so glad nobody caught that on film because child, that would have went viral. I'm coming down the stairs and I don't even know how I slipped. I slipped and said, "Woo!" And I landed in this pose, one leg in front of me, the other leg bent behind me, and my arms on the side like I was dancing.
Using the cans I did.
And then I'm yelling for Tremel. He in the car with the music blasting. Then I get in the car mad because I'm like, I'm trying to call you and I fell and la 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 la. Then it was a mess. Then the next day he goes to the store and goes, you left your glasses outside. I was like, what? He's like, the glasses was in the driveway. I was like, well, shit, that's where I failed.
And I couldn't see without my glasses, so I didn't even realize it.
Leon, we can once dialysis is over, we can do really whatever we want. We can drink whatever we want.
Uh huh.
Tremel sit there sometimes and drink tea while they giving him dialysis, or drink coffee while they giving him dialysis. Me, I just let them do what they do so they can get all the fluid off me because I'm like, why add fluid to me when they trying to take it off? So I've never like it's been very rare that I've asked them for water and child a little drop of water they bring you, you just do better not getting water at all. Cause all they do is make you thirstier for more water. And then it'd be warm. And anybody know me know I only like water ice cold. And I'm like, it ain't worth it. So, or sometimes I would tell Tremel when he was picking me up when I was in Jersey, I would tell him put a Pepsi in the freezer, and that way by the time you come and get me, it'll be defrosted because I'm thirsty as hell. So he would do that. By the time he got there, it would be thawed out, and I would have made my little ice cold Pepsi. But we really not supposed to drink Pepsi and Coke. Um, I I used to be a Pepsi addict, but when I moved to Georgia the first time, everybody down here was drinking Coke, and they would look at me like I was crazy when I asked for a Pepsi. And I just switched to Coke. And for some reason now, a Pepsi just don't give me the life that it used to give me, like a Coke do. So I'm definitely a Cokehead. I don't like Sierra Mist. I don't like Seven Up. Um I don't like Sprite. I'm not. I'm just not. I don't. Mm-mm.
I'm starting not to become a fan of soda because I don't like the zeros. I don't.
I don't. I'm just not. I can drink a Sprite. Like the only time a Sprite tastes right to me is if I get a fish sandwich from McDonald's and some fries and a large Sprite. I could do that. But past that, I don't. I don't know. Sprite just don't do it for me. But I drink Sprite over Seven Up any day because Seven Up to me is just sweet. Sprite have like a little burn to it, and I think that's what it is. That the as my sister would say, light skinned sodas don't have that much burn like a Pepsi or a Coke. So that's why I kind of don't really care for them as much as I do a Pepsi or a Coke. I still drink a Pepsi now. A ice cold Pepsi and a Snicker bar, baby, ain't nothing better than that in this world. A ice cold Pepsi and a Snicker bar, yes, baby, yes. That used to be my go-to when I was tired at work. Get me a 20-ounce Pepsi and a Snicker bar. Woo, I'd be sitting there wired till it was time for me to go home. or ice cold Pepsi and some Skittles. Woo! You talk about lit, child. Your whole blood sugar level probably be is in the diabetic zone when you finish that. Your whole blood sugar level probably in the diabetic zone when you finish that. You know what, Dirk? I don't. I, I should start limiting myself, but I don't because I normally don't put on that much. Like over the weekend, I only put on like 2.4 liters. So for me, I limit like what I started doing was because I have this ice craving, child. Ice tastes like steak to me. Instead of having a cup of ice like every 2 hours, I'll just stand by the freezer, eat a couple of pieces of ice, and be done with it. So that's why I'm able to control my fluid intake. Once in a blue moon, I'll be like, oh, I want some water, but I feel all the ice I'm eating, I'm getting more than enough water, and then it takes away my thirst anyway. For me to drink a soda or something, 9 times out of 10, I'm out of the house. Or like when Tramel, we had people over for Tramel's birthday, we brought soda for them and juice, and we because Tramel is diabetic, I'm not, and that's why when you put on the post yesterday that don't sound diabetic, I was like, well, who's diabetic? Because I'm not. It was Tramel. So I was like, and then you said you, and I was like, oh, but we try not to really buy soda, and if I buy soda for Tramel, it's the zeros. I don't, but then I'll buy myself a regular Coke and buy him Coke Zeros. Then the next thing I know, all my damn Cokes are gone. So I got to drink the Coke Zeros, which I don't mind because the less sugar, the better. But because he don't like the zeros, he don't like diet soda. So now that I got him addicted to eating ice. Dirk, without the I do the coladas now, but you do them without the flavor in them. Dirk said you got to do shaved ice from Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I like shaved ice.
Oh yeah, McDonald's Coke is good. I'm so glad they brought back that orange high C. Child, I be going to McDonald's being like, I want a Coke, I want a Coke, and I be like, it just come out of my mouth, orange high C, a large orange high C, because that was my drink. You know, you aren't supposed to be drinking cola, sodas, or Dr. Pepper. I know. Well, she did tell me I could drink root beer, which I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with drinking root beer because I like root beer, but I know I'm not going to drink root beer all the time. I just have my moments when I want root beer. So, oh, Tramil, you didn't know that
What?
Dunkin' Donuts, the Cooladas, you could just tell them you want the ice.
Oh, really?
Uh huh, and get the ice.
Oh, I never knew
And he
that.
said you pay 53 cents for a large cup.
Okay, I gotta go. I gotta do that.
Yes, because I'll get my blueberry Coolada and Tramel be like, "Can I have some, babe? Can I have some, babe? Can I have some, babe?" I'm like, "Yes, you can have some." You know what, Trisha? I'm not a fan of ginger ale either, but Tramel brought the Seagrams for yesterday, and it actually tastes good. I'm not. I like Canada Dry because it gives you more of a ginger taste, and it has to me more of a burn. For whatever reason, sodas that are made by Pepsi have more burn to me. So if it's another soda like, but Seven Up don't. I think who makes Seven Up, Coke or Pepsi? Whoever makes Seven Up, like Sprite, have a burn to me, and I know Coke makes Sprite. No, do Coke make Sprite or Pepsi make Sprite and Coke makes Seven Up? I know whichever the way it is, one of them is the reverse of the other. But that's kind of why I don't like. That's why I don't. He said, just tell them what you want because all the locations might not know they can just sell you the ice. You heard me, babe?
Uh huh.
And okay, Coke makes Sprite. So like Coke puts more burn in Sprite, than Pepsi puts in 7 Up. Cause like for me, 7 Up is just straight up sugar. It don't have the burn like a Pepsi do, but the Sprite have burn, and I think that's really why I like dark sodas because they have a burn going down your throat. But it's just ugh, I know I'm gonna have to switch, but luckily for me, I'm keeping my phosphates under control without medicine. So, because I really don't drink a lot of soda, I really don't. Like I said, Melissa be talking to me on the phone. She be cracking up. She like, "You eating ice?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm eating ice. I'm eating ice." She can hear me crunching. I'm like, "I'm eating my ice," but I just don't put it in a cup no more because when I put it in a cup, I would go to dialysis and I would gain too much water weight. If I just do it the way I've been doing it, I see that my water weight stays low. So, and then I'm not prone to just do it all day long. Like I will sit and eat ice all day long.
Me too.
And now that I
And
got tremendous,
I especially love like the bottom of the ice where all the crumbs are and
uh huh,
the snow
uh-huh.
ice. I love that.
Child, I got Tremel eating ice so bad now. He goes out and buy bags of ice, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, I sure do.
But see, I like the ice that my refrigerator makes because it has a taste. The bags of ice Tremel buy, it's just water. It don't have no taste to it to me. But the ice that my refrigerator makes, the ice that my refrigerator makes is what you call it. It has like I don't know. It's weird. It has flavor to me. The Tremel going to get ice right now, and put the cup in a Yeti cup. And you know what, Dirk? I used to have one of those cups that either if you put something cold in it, stay cold. If you put something hot in it, and I would love it because the way that it melted the ice would be so crunchy and chewy and oh, it was amazing. And then when I went on YouTube and learned how to make snow ice, Tremel would be so pissed because he'd be sleeping. And I wake up in the morning and he just hear the blender going, and I'll be like, I made some snow ice. And I'm like, child, I ain't as bad as that no more. I just eat my little ice. Like I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh, my mouth is dry. I go to the freezer, stay in there for about 2 to 3 minutes eating some ice. And then I'd be mad when Tremel buy the bag of ice and cover up the ice that the and cover up the ice that the fridge made. I'd be like, oh, I don't want this ice he brought. But I'll start crunching on that bitch, honey, and I won't stop. Because it's like ice is steak to me. I don't. A lot of people on dialysis eat ice, and it's probably because we got low iron. But I know a lot of people on dialysis that eat ice. They eat ice like I eat ice, and as soon as Tremel like right before he got on dialysis, he started just eating ice, and I was like, "You eating ice?" He was like, "Yes." It now I know what you mean. It tastes so good. I'm like, "Oh God, yes, it tastes like steak." Or when I would, before we left Jersey, and y'all know I would make my ice water in the morning. Sure, be like, Papa, can I have a piece of ice? I said, all 12 of these pieces of ice is for me. And then he would look so pitiful. I'll be like, "Yeah, you can have some ice." So I give him some ice. I'm like, "Yeah, you can have some ice. You can have some ice. I don't mind you having some ice." But yes, y'all. When Tramel come back, we gonna go. When Tramel come back, we are gonna go. But what I do want all y'all to do is follow us on all social media platforms. You know what they are: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Right here on YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok. We on all social media platforms under the McRae Kings, and that's Kings with a Z at the end, not a S. If you get a moment, please check out the McRae Kings boutique for everything McRae Kings and our production company, Dare to Be Different. I'm sure there's something there that you will want and buy. And when we start doing coffee with the Kings, you can actually have coffee with the Kings with me and Tramel with a mug on, with our faces on your mug. The mugs are really cute. by the way. And what else? If you want to help support the McRae King's platform, our Cash App is in the bottom left hand corner. Please feel free to send us the Cash App. Just know that every donation you make to our channel, we do put back into our channel to bring you a better show. Again, forgive us for not coming live tonight where you can see us. Today was the dialysis day, so we both looking a little rough. Y'all know how it is on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And with that being said, guys, if nobody told you yesterday or today that they love you, then know that me and Tramel, good night, Denise. Just know that me and Tramel love you, and there's absolutely, absolutely nothing you can do about it. And with that being said, guys, always walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness, all those great and wonderful things. And you know what it is, and you better remember that it's Team McRae all damn day. Later, y'all. See you tomorrow night.